Okay, so I'm Cappy. I'm Haitian. I say I'm mostly French too, because I really grew up in Paris, from a baby. Then I moved to Miami. I'm not gonna recap my whole life, but then came Chris, baby, marriage. I quit my job because there was a manager that was really like against me. They tried to get me to stay there. I didn't want to because she was bad shit nuts. So I ended up looking for more work. I didn't find anything, but while I was looking, I'm a Capricorn. I hate not doing anything. So I decided to start helping Chris, who was doing his own marketing thing from home. And I haven't left since. So I think we've been working together for maybe at least 16 years. So we've been married 18 years, working together 16 years. We have one son, an amazing son who's 19, Ty.
The Beast,
These
the
days,
Hulk, I
I
should
say
say.
I've raised the
The
Hulk.
Hulk, I should say,
Yeah,
yeah.
because that's literally what people call him at this point. He's obsessed with working out, which is better than being obsessed with other stuff. So I'm not complaining. He's a good kid. And so we've been married and working together for this whole time. I've seen people who do it, and I know it works for some people, but I know some couples who couldn't do it. But I've seen a lot of people do it. I think for us, what I believe has made it work is I really tried to separate and compartmentalize. Work with me on the English, people. The French still takes over. I guess like marriage versus business. So like if you like in the beginning, it used to be a little bit more difficult, but I think as you grow as a person, then you learn to do better. Well, at least that's the idea. So and become better. And I've done a lot of work on myself. So now I'm able to separate both. So he can come at me saying something about work and I can take it. I might not always like it, but I can separate like, personal and business really for the most part. And I think we do okay with that. Like, I think we've learned enough to separate both and we like to travel. I'm going to do this like a dating app. I like long walks on the beach. Nice a joke.
But I think the key was knowing your partner and what their buttons
Yeah.
getting pushed are. So you kind of know when you want to do it and not when to do it. So I guess the key is some people just don't really care. That's the wrong kind of partner to have. So I guess like the triggers, like when I get moody, she used to just keep it like, "Are you okay? You can get really freaking annoying." But eventually she kind of realized she just says it once now and then she kind of just backs off. That's kind of key. Like some people just get really annoying.
I just let him have his moment and then move on and then we'll come back to it.
Yeah, sometimes I just need a nap and I'm back.
Definitely can turn up their life away. Obviously, from the comments, you can see I'm super into astrology. And yeah, I went down the rabbit hole. I'm not sure how long ago, but it's been a good time. From one of my family members brought me down. It started with a dollar bill and the towers on fire on the dollar bill. And from then, I have just been going down the rabbit hole. And a couple of years into the rabbit hole, not at the beginning, I took Chris down with me, and Chris has been, in the beginning, was hating it because I guess sometimes ignorance is bliss. But yeah, um, because of personal reason, we got super into health in the house. It started really with me. I had like, I found out I had fibroids. A lot of women have it, and most women don't realize. I found out the hard way. So that took us down the health rabbit hole, which is a big part of the rabbit hole. Super into Maha now. Let's make America healthy again. That would be big topics on the podcast for us. Everything health. Obsessed with organic food. Always trying to do better. I was vegetarian for it's like I've tried so many things, but the holistic way has helped me where the I guess Western medicine hasn't. And I believe there's a need for Western medicine. Like, if I break an arm, I want a doctor to help me. I'm not going to try to fix it myself, but there are things that we can fix. God has put, like stuff on the earth to fix ourselves when it comes to like certain things that we don't need Western medicine necessarily or drug ourselves. So that's going to be a big topic. Religion will be a big topic. I try to not go too deep into religion because I believe that as humans, we need hope and we need to have like something that make us feel better. So I try to not bash religion too much, but the rabbit hole involves a lot of religion.
The problem with religion is that it's very, I don't want to say opinion based, but it's very, I guess the thing is, I guess opinion based because everything, it came from a one original book and then everybody has their own opinion, their takes, their twist on things. So it kind of gets very blurred to where the original message was from God or whoever you believe in. Everybody feels that this is how it should be. You know, from let's say the regular Christianity, then now it gets tweaked into something more modified because the times have changed. But it's like, you know, that's the part that religion that I have a weird relationship with, where it's like, you know, things get twisted and who's right, who's wrong. And then if you're because you're religious, then why is it that you fight with these other people? You should still love them regardless. You know, that's another topic for another day.
So I don't believe in religion necessarily, but I do believe in a higher power. So that's why I said people have their faith. I do have faith. But religion itself, there's, a lot to unload behind that. Things that were done in the name of God that is absolutely ridiculous, but that's, a different topic for another day. I think I covered basically all my opinions and a little bit background. So you, babe.
All right, so I'm Chris. I am originally from St. Martin in the Caribbean. You know, a lot of people tend to know where that is based on a cruise or
I was
something.
going to say cruising people,
Yeah,
no?
cruise people, or maybe you've seen that famous plane that people on the fence and it just like they're getting blasted by the jets coming off the runway. That's where I'm from. I moved here when I was 18. I went to FIU, got my degree in finance related entrepreneurship. Then I kind of took a little hobby or a side thing of, I guess, graphic design through an internship that I had in the summer. I started doing party flyers, party promotion, designing those things. And through that, I built a website. I guess kind of like that. You get to meet people, do things, be creative. At the time, I guess I had a lot of help from my parents. So I guess it let me be able to, I guess, pursue what I liked versus having to rush into something. So yeah, from that, I just started dabbling in graphic design more. Business started getting decent money from that. Then we started getting machines. Cappy came along. And we just kind of been working on it, grinding it out, trying to grow it since. And I started it in 2005. We're now in 2025.
25.
So
Oh,
it's
shit,
been
20 years.
20 years. Gives an idea, I guess, how old I am at this point.
I think the facial hair gives an idea of how old you are,
Just so you
honey.
guys know, I've had grays for at least a good like 10,
Not like this, though.
10, 15 years, but it's getting more. But, you know,
More salty than
yeah, I
pepper.
guess they call it salt and pepper.
More salty. These days.
But, you know, I could dye it like some guys do, which don't let them fool you. Anybody's over 40, typically, they're great. They just kind of, I'm putting them out.
No. Because there's explanation and you're white. It's okay, honey.
No, true. A lot of guys hide it.
They
All
do.
those celebrities you thinking are still looking good. No, they're old. They're great. They just dye their beards or whatever it is they're doing. It's okay. It's how it is.
Okay, cover some of your point of view on, I guess, the main topics. Briefly.
Main topics. Marriage, I guess. Marriage is cool. You know?
Did you say marriage is cool? Oh, Lord.
Marriage has its up and down. You know, I think it's good to have somebody that keeps you balanced, especially it really depends on what you want to do in life because sometimes mental stability is important. I think if you have a good person, it helps to support you on your dreams and where you're going. But sometimes you have somebody who's not on the same page as you, and uh, it's kind of crazy how important having the right person is to get you, I guess, going in life. Because if you have a wife who's just very naggy and changes your mood and doesn't believe in you, I don't think you can get where you're gonna get. And see what else. I don't know, parenting style. I'm a very
Oh, I didn't even cover that.
yeah, parenting style. I am very, I guess more old school. Don't really like the whole timeout thing. You know, you get a beating, I guess is what it is. Whether that's however you guys believe in that. I'm from the islands, so that's just how it is. I believe you need a bit of a firm thing. The kids need to respect you, but I believe that's the best way of doing it, in my opinion. There has to be a little bit of a fear in you to know who your level is, I guess. Yeah, we have that one kid. He's been a good kid so far. One kid,
This poor child.
one kid so far, you know. It would have been good to have had a daughter, but you know,
We're gonna do him so wrong on this podcast.
well, you talk about what you know. So I guess the pharmacy stuff, as she said, we definitely don't. We try to be as more holistic as possible. Avoid a lot of the, I guess, the chemically induced products, you know, the red dyes, the organics. You know, sometimes sometimes you could avoid them as much as possible. I mean, the idea is not to go crazy about it. I mean, you can't go out and say, hey, what is everything? How many organic restaurants really are there? You know, I mean, you just have to enjoy life. But when you're at home, you could definitely try and control what you eat. You know, even, you know, if you want to make your own cake versus getting the cake that's out there, at least you can control, you know, what flour, what egg, whatever it is, the dyes they're putting in it, the preservatives. Um, Let me see what else. Yeah, I've been in business for a very long time, so that's my stance on that. I guess you get a lot of entrepreneurial topics, how it is working in business with a partner, side hustles. I'm very all over the place. Cappy knows that. I mean, I like to think I'm very handy and can do a lot of different things. So I'm kind of all over the place. I build things. I build this table. I build the sign. I build the website. I'm kind of all over the place.
Actually, I built a website,
Oh, well,
but I learned from
actually,
you.
you're right. You built this one.
But I learned from you.
I did the base and you went ahead and fixed it up.
Okay, whatever you want to say. Anyways,
Next.
next.